Hi guys, it's Lucy and today I'm here to do my October wrap-up. In the month of October, I read 8 books and participated in one readathon, the Spookathon, which I did vlog badly. But in case you're interested in that vlog, it'll be linked down below and somewhere on the screen. And a little fun fact about my reading month, this is the most nonfiction I've read probably all year, definitely within a month. So there's that. As in all my videos, there are timestamps down below for the reviews of each book in case you're not interested in one or more interested in others. First, I like to use my wrap-ups to talk about things that happened in the month. So in the month of October, we had Halloween was a holiday that I barely took part in. I actually did this makeup look for Halloween. Today's not Halloween, it's after Halloween. And I decided I looked really good, so I should do it again. And I'm filming a video with it on because I don't go anywhere. And this is the most I get out of my house by posting a video online. Yeah. Also in October, I hit 1,000 subscribers. I did a video about that and some other things in case you're interested. And I'm also hosting a giveaway, which ends on November 19th. I didn't say it in that video, but I put it in the description. But if you're watching this in the middle of November, then the giveaway might be over. But go check out that video anyway, because I talk about things and I thank you all, and I'm still thanking you all. I'm actually around 1,300, a little closer to 1,400 right now, which is still crazy to me. And it all probably has to do with the other thing I'm going to talk about. In October, I also, was it October? Maybe the end of September. I also posted a video that got like pretty popular, at least for my channel, about how Black booktubers weren't on the set of The Hate U Give. And so I just wanted to thank you guys for that support as well. It is one of my most viewed videos now, and it doesn't have a single dislike, or as I'm saying this, maybe right now after I say this, someone will go dislike the video. But yeah, I just want to thank you guys for that. The last thing I want to mention is my channel survey is still up, and if you want to take it, it's in the description. I'll keep it up until the end of the year so I can make changes for 2019, but it is really helpful. I see the responses that people give and I do find them extremely helpful. I bought this mic that is impossible to hide because of the survey, so it is helpful. I am making changes, so if you want to let me know about things you see on my channel that you think I could fix, or just, I don't know, you want to tell me I'm doing a good job if you really want to. So yeah, be as brutally honest as you want. You can tell me you hate me, but as long as you tell me why. Yeah. That's all the stuff that happened in October. Now let's talk about the books. The first book that I finished in October was The Financial Diet, written by Chelsea Fagan and designed by Lauren Verhage. This is another YouTuber book. I love YouTuber books, as you may have noticed, especially these past couple of months. I watched this channel. It's called The Financial Diet, and it's loosely based on their channel, which is supposed to be like finances for millennials, but like fun. I am planning to do a review kind of video on this, so I won't go into too much detail, but I gave it 3.5 stars. I thought it was cute. There are a lot of like cute pictures, nice quotes, if I can find one, nice quotes. So it's like very cute, but I found it a bit too surface level and a kind of off topic. So it wasn't the best beginner's finances guide, I think. And yeah, so stay tuned for that video review. The Winner's Kiss by Rutkoski. I listened to the audiobook, which was read by Justine Iyer. This is the 3rd book in the Winner's trilogy, which, if you don't know, is The Winner's Curse, The Winner's Crime, and now The Winner's Kiss. This came out a couple years ago, and so I read the first 2 books previously. Obviously, I don't remember when I read them. And I liked the first one. I liked the second one less, but I still enjoyed it. And this one was probably my least favorite of the trilogy. In the first book, we follow Kestrel, who's our main character, who is the daughter of a revered general in her like culture kingdom, whatever. This is a fantasy book in case you missed that. So in their culture, like war is very glorified, and she's the daughter of a general. And so because war is very important in this society, they like go like declaring war in a lot of countries and like not kidnap, what's the word? They make slaves out of the people who are in the countries that they conquer, and Kestrel goes to a slave auction and gets drawn to one of the people who are for auction, and she buys them, and we follow her after that. I gave this 3 stars. I feel like I'm the odd one out kind of in this trilogy because a lot of people love this book the most. It is definitely the most hefty of the trilogy, I'll give it that, but I just felt like it was okay. For a series ender. I didn't like how the characters developed. I thought it was it just didn't seem like the correct direction based off of the previous 2 books. I never really liked the romance in the series, which I feel like is becoming a theme. I don't know why it is, but like a lot of series, I'm finding that I don't like the romance. It happened with Library, so there was a reason for that though. This one, I didn't really like the romance, mostly because it started, and then the second book, it was okay, and then this book, it was really not okay. The first half of this book was like wasted on a dumb plot element that I thought was very unnecessary. The only thing that I truly liked was that we really got to see how smart Kestrel is in this book because of like war and stuff. But yeah, and the writing was good, okay? Yeah, so I gave it 3 stars. If you like the first 2, you probably want to read this anyway because it does end the series. I did find it compelling to read, but I was listening to the audiobook. I'm not sure if I was actually opening up the book to physically read it. I would have kept going. The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, a counterintuitive approach to living a good life by Mark Manson. That title is very hard for me to say. It's basically what the title says. It's a guide / self-help book on helping you not to care so much about things, or not to care about the wrong things is more of it. This is another book I'm planning to do like a video review discussion kind of thing. So I'm not gonna go into too much detail. I gave it 3.5 stars. I did like it. I had some problems with it, mostly with the author's voice, but I thought there was some good information in there. The Ultimate Survival Guide to Being a Girl on Love, Body Image, School, and Making It Through Life by Christina DeWitt. I had to like read it off my computer screen because there's no way I'm gonna remember that whole title just to say it. Once again, a self-help book. Do we see a trend? But this one is for teenage girls and it's more random, I guess. Like there's no one focus on it, it's just for teenage girls is it. I received an ARC of this on NetGalley in exchange for an honest review, and here I am doing an honest review. I gave this 3 stars. It was fine. It was a cute read. I know that I'm not the target audience for this. I don't rate it based on that. I rate it kind of based on how I would have enjoyed it when I was younger, because I really did like books like this, or like guides to being a girl. I can see this being a good book for younger teenage girls, but very young, due to the conversational tone and the majority of the content of the book. But some of the content seemed more marketed towards older teens, like getting a tattoo and stuff. Like I don't really think a 13-year-old is really doing all that. Or maybe I'm just an innocent little flower, I don't know. But like the topics like that seem like they're more for older teens, like 16 or 17. But if a 16 or 17-year-old read this looking for like advice or like big sister stuff, I don't think they would enjoy it, which is why I gave it 3 stars. It just didn't really seem to know the audience that well. Money Diaries, everything you've ever wanted to know about your finances and everyone else's, by Lindsay Stanberry. And this was like pushed out by Refinery 29. I don't know how to explain that. Another self-help book, another book about money. I just, you know, we love self-help in this house. We're just always trying to get better or something to that effect. I am a huge fan of Refinery 29's Money Diaries, which is like a series they do on their website where millennials write in and do like a diary of a week in their life and how they spend their money, and I love those. I just think they're really good to read, and as a nosy person, I like to see what people spend their money on. So this book is kind of based on that. Like it has a bunch of the money diaries like that are on the website, but it also has like information about how you can save your money, has interviews with other people. I like this a lot. I gave it 4 stars. I thought this was a great combination of like personal anecdotes, although I am not a huge fan of the author's husband after reading this. That's another story, and it does have some good practical advice. I think if you are new to finances as I am, then this is a good starting place, and I will be doing a review video coming in the future, so I won't really talk more about this. But yeah, watch out for that video. I liked it. I gave it 4 stars. Toil and Trouble, 15 Stories of Women and Witchcraft, edited by Jessica Spotswood and Tess Sharpe, and featuring a bunch of stories written by a bunch of authors who I won't name right now because that's a lot of people. This is an anthology featuring a bunch of stories about witches. The term witch is actually not used too loosely. All of the stories feature main characters with some kind of power, so I really appreciated that. I read this for the Spookathon. It's in the vlog. I talk a little bit more about it in the vlog. I really enjoyed this. I gave it 4 stars. As usual with an anthology, some stories were hits and some of them were misses, but the The majority of these stories were hits, and I didn't strongly dislike any of the misses or whatsoever. They just weren't as good as the really good ones, you know? Overall, I thought this was a strong and enjoyable, diverse group of stories, and so I would recommend it. My 3 favorite stories, because yes, I did have 3, were The Garren Girls by Emery Lord, Love Spell by Anna Marie Macklemore, and The Well Witch by Kate Hart. The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle by Stuart Turton. This is really hard for me to give a summary to because after reading this, I really wish I had not known anything about this story going in, but I want to tell you guys some things so you know what it is, you know? The basic thing is that it's about a character who switches bodies every day, but they're all the same day. And on that day, a woman is murdered. It's Evelyn Hardcastle who's murdered, and they have to figure out who kills her by using the bodies that he's in to like learn information. This was definitely a thrilling ride. I gave it 3.5 stars. I enjoyed reading it, but I had 2 big like major-ish problems, which is why I got 3.5 stars instead of 4 stars. The first one was that I found the main character's motivations very, very weak. I don't know, the reason that they do stuff, it just doesn't make sense to me. I can't imagine anyone thinking that way. I don't know how to explain this without spoilers, so if you want to know the spoilery details, I guess, ask in the comments. Or I think I put it in my Goodreads review under a spoiler thing, so check out my Goodreads. Also a note about my Goodreads, just throwing that in there. But you can add me as a friend on Goodreads. Like, I've noticed a bunch of people like just following my reviews, which is fine if that's what you want to do, but like I do accept friend requests, so I just want to put that out. So back to the book, I found the main character's relationships with the other characters like super duper unbelievable. The ending was like a really good like twist, but also kind of unbelievable. The whole book is unbelievable, but like based on the world of the book, and it kind of unbelievable. The second problem was just that I was very confused for half of the book, which I also think is another reason I think you should go into the book not knowing things, because I think part of the reason I was confused was because I knew too much going in, and then I was waiting for the things that I knew to happen, but then they didn't happen, and then I was confused on why they didn't happen. That is a personal problem. And then the other half of the reason I was confused is because I don't really understand, like I don't like time travel, and this is kind of that, because it's reliving the same day over and over, and it's very like odd. But like that's a personal problem. You might not have this problem with that book. And the last but not the least problem is the fat shaming and fat phobia. There's a specific like chapter where it's very, very apparent, and there's some like abhorrent descriptions of fat bodies that I just don't think belong anywhere. So I'll leave a review that talks about that down below. But yeah, I wanted to make that known. And the last book that I read in the month of October was Crazy Rich Asians by Kwan. So this book has taken the world by storm for a good reason. I've yet to see the movie. I just don't watch movies that much, okay? But I did want to read the book. So this is mostly about a girl named Rachel Chu who goes to Singapore with her boyfriend who's from Singapore, and then when she gets there she finds out that her boyfriend is crazy rich and his family is crazy rich and everyone in his family is crazy while also being rich. And yeah, we follow her and some other characters as she's thrust into this whole world of richness and being richer than God. Like, damn. I'm glad I jumped onto the hype train. This is the kind of book that I really enjoy. This is a fun, drama-filled book about people who have way too much money and don't know how to spend their time. And yeah, this is what I wanted to read. It's a good escape. I listened to the audiobook, which I do recommend. I did not write down who it was read by, but the woman does a very good job. And also there's a lot of like Chinese words in the book. Without the narrator like saying them, I would have had no idea how to pronounce them or anything. And I heard, I've never opened a physical copy, so I didn't realize there are footnotes within the physical copy, but I'm pretty sure the footnotes are incorporated into the audiobook as far as I can tell, because there were some times where like the narrator would like say, oh, this and this happened, and then she'd be like, this meaning this and this meaning like this. Like it sounded better than that in the audiobook, like it flowed very well. But I'm pretty sure those were the footnotes, so if you're worried about that, I'm pretty sure that it's included. That would just be weird to like leave out a bunch of the book. Anyway, my only issue was that there were so many characters, it got kind of hard to keep them all straight. And also at one point there were like racial slurs used for no reason. Like they were used by a character who was supposed to be like an obviously ignorant and annoying character, but it was still like never really called out. And I just didn't really see the purpose of including them. Like the book could have been the same without them. I don't know. So overall, I did enjoy this book, and I am planning on picking up the sequel. I gave it, I don't know how many stars I gave, probably 4 stars or 3.5, not sure. Yeah, so those are all the books that I read in October. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up in the comments down below. Let me know what was your favorite book that you read in October. If you have any opinions about the books that I mentioned, please be sure to leave that in the comment down below as well. And if you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe to my channel because I make more videos where I talk about books. I don't know why I talk like that. And also hit the notification bell if you want to be notified every time I post a video. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye. The winner's curse? No. Yeah, but if you're in the ultimate survival guide, I can't do that.